For details about how you can start your own Uber partnership by either buying your own cars or by taking cars you already own and registering them with Uber, you can just go to the getuber.com drive main website and you'll be walked through steps that show you how you can sign up to be a partner with Uber. And for those of you who want to drive really nice cars but you really can't afford it, Uber is one way that you can do that. You can purchase a car, and if you have extra time on your schedule, or if you have somebody who can drive and who's a relatively safe driver, you can use Uber to help you not only pay that person, but to also pay off that car within a relatively short amount of time. Now, Tesla has a program, or they work with a program similar, and what they have is called the Tesla Loop. And if you've never heard of this, because I know I have a lot of people in other countries who may never have heard of this, if you buy a Tesla and you have access to the supercharger like we do at John F. Kennedy Airport and at LaGuardia Airport and at Roosevelt Field Mall, you can actually get one of these cars, and if you have the extra time, you can help yourself afford it by either getting yourself a driver to drive it or by driving it yourself. So you can look these things up yourself. I don't want to go too far into them, but basically what I want to show you is the new Cadillac we just grabbed. There is a very simple reason why you lease cars. If you lease cars, you can easily turn an older car in and get a newer model that has way more equipment. So here's this car. This is what I wanted to do, this car review, or not really review, but I wanted to do this at night. And the thing about it is, here in New York City, if you run your own Uber service or you have your own car service, the XTS and the XTS, well, not really the XTS-V. The XTS-V is unnecessary. You see, a fully loaded XTS will cost you about $60,000. If you were to get the XTS-V, you'd end up paying closer to $72,000 when all is said and done. And that's pretty much unnecessary for business purposes. Now, if you're doing business leasing, you can get these cars at very, very low leases. The rates are extremely low, especially if you want to get a Tesla. There's a program that I'm considering joining called Tesla Loop. And that means that they take the Tesla Model S, they buy a Tesla Model S. It doesn't really matter what model you buy, but the way you pay it off is by entering in a car sharing service. So if you want to start your own Uber, you can get your own Uber sticker and whatnot. And this way you can buy cars and they pretty much will pay for themselves after about 50,000 miles of servicing people and getting tips and this, that, and the other. The only hard part is actually paying the people who are working for you. So anyway, I don't want to talk too much. I want to try to keep this a little short. Right now I'm at 1 minute and 28 seconds. So anyway, I want you to see, now you remember the last XTS I did. The last XTS review that I made you didn't have as much equipment as this brand new 2016 XTS. Now, before I start, a lot of people accuse me of being a shill for Chrysler and Mopar. You're absolutely right. I'm a shill for Chrysler and Mopar, and I do completely unprofessional reviews of just about everything, and I'm waiting for that Hellcat so I can get me that Hellcat, and I'm going to be happy with the 300 Hellcat. Okay, I admit it. I don't care. I'm going to admit it. I'm a shill. I'm a total shill. However, I give credit where credit's due. And some people have noticed that I talk very kindly about Hyundai, but I absolutely talk down about like Toyota and Honda because they have crappy products. They won't make a good rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive car like the Hyundai Genesis. And I feel that even though I love the Hyundai Genesis, I really prefer in many cases to buy American because it's easier to repair these things because there's so many of them on the road. Domestic cars, it's easier to get parts for. So once again, I'm not going to talk too long. I want you to see the lighting techniques that Cadillac put on this fully loaded XTS four-wheel drive that I got. So I just pushed the button right here on this key, and as you can see, we've got lit up handles. Look at that. We got lit up. This is the front of the car, and the handles light up. We got light up handles for people who don't know how to find their car at night. Light up handles. Oh, by the way, this review is a nighttime review in 4K. Now keep in mind, for you people who want to get really nice cars, you know, you can get, I'm not even going to tell you how many cars that I have under my name, but you can get whatever you want. The only problem is you got to figure out a way to pay for it. So if what you want to do is, if you want to consider doing your own Uber service, all you got to do is buy yourself some nice professional looking black cars, and you can use those. Now, my SRT, I would never put those into service, but a car like this, I mean, you figure a car like this is between 50 and 60, so you get one of these cars, this will pay for itself within about 40,000 miles. After that, you own it, and whoever's working for you, who, you know, they've already made their tips and they've made their salary or whatever. So once again, let me push the button. Let me push the button again. Okay, so here we go. So this is what the car, I love that. That's actually pretty cool. I mean, it's an unnecessary feature, but this is the kind of stuff that Cadillac's supposed to be putting in their cars. So this is what the interior looks like at night. Look at that. You got, oh, see, and they got all this information from the Mercedes S-Class. They didn't go far enough with it, but they got all of this from the Mercedes S-Class. That was the first time I'd ever had mood lighting like this. And I just love the way that looks. This is what an interior should look like when you're Cadillac. In fact, Lincoln should look like this. In fact, Chrysler could look like this, but they're gonna just charge you a lot more, so maybe they wouldn't wanna look like that. Maybe what they wanna do is make it so that the cars are more affordable. You know, make it so that anybody could buy the car and you don't have to spend top dollar on it. So all these lights and everything look great. Now, the back seat, nice. It's not as spacious in the back as a Hyundai Genesis. That's always been my problem with the XTS. If you want to put people in the back, you pretty much have to push that front seat for the passenger up. So if you're looking for ride-sharing services, or if you're looking for people, you know, to be able to ride to your business and you're sending out cars for people, my problem has always been with the XTS that the front seat is fantastic. The back seat just needs a little bit of work. However, it is an upgrade from the STS. Now, as you can see, these are the TVs. I'm going to turn all that on for you in a second, just so you can, you know, get a good look at it. But this is actually a very, very attractive car. I just wish that they would put better seat, you know, controls and whatnot into the car, because I really think they could have taken this further. So, you step on the gas, you step on the brake, you hit that button, all that Cadillac Q stuff lights up. The navigation's in the center, it's all navigation systems in the center, so it shows you where you are. Then if you look right here, you can see the heads-up display. There's a heads-up display. I'll probably show that to you while I'm driving. It's kind of hard to see it because it's like a mirror vision or whatever. It's mirrored. But anyway, that's the car right there. So we got a video system. Look at that. Got a video system in the Q. Video system. So there's the video. Welcome to video. Press rear media to change source. Okay, so that's the video system. Now let's take a look at the video system. Oh, as you can see, it says both doors are open. And it also shows you the oil life. So let's see the video system. Blu-ray, no disc inserted. So you know, frankly, most people aren't really watching movies in the back of their cars anymore. This is the multi-zone climate. So that's the on button, and this heats your feet or your straighten your face. So you can set it to auto. And if you set it to auto, it'll decide for you using infrared sensors what it wants to do. And it's got cool and heating and this, that, and other. And you know what? All of these features, I have to say, Cadillac is doing nice things, but nobody is ever going to talk about how well the XTS drives. And the problem is, it's a front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive platform. So anytime you build a front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive platform, you're always going to take shit from these stupid reviewers at Car and Driver and Motor Trend and these people. I don't listen to a word they say. If I was listening to them, I'd be either driving a Camry or a Volvo or something. I don't listen to a word they say. I buy whatever I want to buy. So all I'm saying is that there's ways to do these cars, but if you want an awesome car like the Mercedes S-Class and you want to be able to compete with these Germans, you got to build your car to be all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive. If you do that, at least nobody will be able to talk about how boring the car is to drive and how uninviting it is to the enthusiast driver, because these are all of these hyperboles that they use in order to basically say, oh yeah, well, you know, I had to say something, so I'm going to talk about how much I didn't like it. So Caddyman, if you're watching this, at least I'm saying nice things about this Cadillac. And it's sad because I'm saying a lot of great things about a Cadillac that most of the professional reviewers, they don't like it. They don't like the XTS. They'll tell you a million things about why you should buy a Lexus, and they'll tell you why you should buy something else, why you should buy a E-Class or whatever. Thing about it is, this car is cheaper to afford in the long run because the parts are easier to get, for one. And then on top of that, the seats are luxurious. Now, I do wish this was powered. I wish the headrest was powered. I shouldn't have to push buttons on the seat. I should be able to have power, auto adjust and all that. But you know what? Hopefully they'll get smart and they'll do that next time. Other than that, this nice, beautiful cashmere white interior with the nice wood and everything and the nice brown trim. I don't even like brown, and I think this looks fantastic. Yeah, it's difficult to keep clean, but hey, you got to get shampoo. And by the way, if I sound anything like Donald Trump, that's because Donald Trump and I are actually one and the same. The only difference is he's old, white, and he's got billions of dollars. You know, I'm young, black, and I've got like less than 1 million. So, you know, we're similar people, you know, but, you know. So they got LEDs back here. They got LEDs everywhere. They got these little LEDs everywhere. They got LEDs. They got lighting right under the what is it called? Under the mirrors and everything. So let's drive this just a little bit. I already did a review of this during the daytime for you, but it was a different car. And see, a lot of people criticize, oh yeah, why are you leasing cars? Well, guess what? If you lease a car, that means you don't get stuck with a car, and you can just get a new car and new technology, because the other one didn't have all this stuff. So if you want to have your own car share or Uber business, you can't go wrong with getting an XTS. And you know, I know a lot of people want to get a Tesla. Problem is, a Tesla is just too damn expensive. It's just way too expensive. I mean, $70,000 when you can get this for about $15,000 less fully loaded, kind of doesn't make sense, does it? I don't really think it makes sense. So, as you know, it's the same old queue system. Weather, as you can see, it's raining, so I'm going to be very careful. I don't want to crash into anybody. I don't want to put my Geico insurance to the test, or my State Farm. I don't want to put any of that to the test. So as you can see, it's very, very, weather's a little messy. And park sense is right here. There's a button right here for lane avoidance. Now, the park sensors, that's for obviously backing up, or, you know, the thing about it is that motor that I've always told you about in Cadillac where it kicks you in the ass, I really don't like that, so that's something I keep turned off. I don't like it. I wish it was a massage seat. But as you can see, we went whole hog on this one. This has got cooled seats. Right there, look at that. Cooled seats. Heated seats. Oh, when you turn it on, you can even hear it. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to make this quick. When you turn it on, watch this. You can hear it. Wait, let me turn it off. Okay, I'll turn it off. Now listen. Listen to the seat. Listen to the seat. You can almost hear it. Listen to the seat. You hear that? You hear those fans blowing and cooling your ass? Let me cool my ass down. How about that? Let me cool my ass. Oh yeah. Now see, that's what I want. I want cooled, heated, and then right next to it I want a massage button. Cadillac, I'm gonna forward this video to you, and you better do it, because if you don't do it, I'm not gonna buy another car from you. You better do it. So let's drive the XTS at night, little night drive. Okay, so obviously the first thing you got to do is you got to put it in reverse. So when you put it in reverse, got the backup cam. Backup cam right here shows trajectory. So you got trajectory backup, and on top of that you got ultrasonic backup. Now if you get too close to something, you see those flashing hazards? Right now it's kicking me in my ass. Like I can feel it. It's pinching. It feels like it's massaging my booty, and it's trying to tell me to stop. And I don't understand why. I don't understand the guys at GM. Have you ever driven one of these German cars that got all that stuff in their seats where it cools your booty and it heats your booty and it massages your back? That's cool. I mean, I love the fact that you put this heads-up display. In fact, that heads-up display really makes me like this car. You know, things like, it's little touches that make me understand, okay, that's the reason why you spent $60,000 on a car. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm not going to drive too fast. But then again, this is a V6 with 3.6 liters, so I can't drive that fast anyway. But, okay, as you can see, let's get a little bit of acceleration. Oh yeah, feel those V6 horses. That's 38 miles per hour. You could probably still see the what's it called, the heads-up display. Yeah, that's 36 miles per hour. Nothing to write home to mom about. But you know what? I do really like the XTS and the SRX, but my problem is not really actually the V8. My problem is the small points on the car where they went cheap. I feel that there's certain things that I would have done in this car to make it a bit more exciting. Now, I have to say, I'm going to say it again, I love this interior. These seats are soft and cushy. I could drive to Florida from New York City using these seats. I like these seats. I really like the seats. But my only problem is, it's like the features on the seats all should be powered. There shouldn't be a single major manual feature here. Acceleration. 13, 17, 26, 33, 38. For most people, the V6, the 3.6 liter V6 will be enough for most people. If you're getting an all-wheel drive car, because of the increase in weight and everything, I would say that unless you're really going for a performance car, the XTS is a fantastic vehicle. Now, most of these older retirees who've already bought into the XTS, they already know. They already know. So anybody who knows this area knows I'm near JFK Airport. Now, I personally, okay, come on, this is a Dodge Dart. Now, I don't want to blow at the Dodge Dart because I'm a Mopar fanboy, but this fucking guy won't get out of the way. Come on! Come on, man, come on! I don't want to blow. Oh my God. Matt, so you don't even know where you're going. Jesus Christ. I didn't even want to blow. I didn't want to blow at him, but he made me. He made me. I didn't want to do it. I'll tell you what, if Donald Trump ever needs a stunt double, I'm available at the hours of like 9 to 7 on weekdays. But he has to pay me very handsomely. Okay, so, they have this nice rimless mirror. I always thought those were nice when I first checked this car out, when I first saw the livery edition. I've made a lot of videos about the XTSs that we've had, and I know you've watched most of them, anybody who's followed my channel anytime, and you've probably noticed that I stick mostly to Ford, Cadillac, or what is it called, Chrysler or Dodge. I think you've probably noticed that. But Tesla, I don't know if you've noticed, my Tesla P90D ludicrous mode video is doing extraordinarily well. In fact, that video should hit 500,000 views probably within 300 days. I'd say I think it picks up as the news from Tesla comes out. But, I'm very proud of that video. And I'm very proud that I was able to get it to market so quickly, because the thing about it is there's a lot of people who have Tesla Model S P85Ds, but a lot of them aren't going to pony up that $10,000 to get the ludicrous mode. However, if you want to do the car sharing service, or if you want to make your own Uber, you could pay a Model S P90D off in about 6 years. But that's with non-stop grinding. Okay, I'm in the middle of the road, and I'm gonna do an acceleration for you. Let me turn down the window. Turn down the window, give you an acceleration. Okay, so can you see that? Can you see that? 36, 40, 43, 46, 52, 61. It takes a long ass time to get to 60. So I don't want to do that anymore because it's wet out here. But hopefully you can see the heads-up display. This is a 4K video, so I think you should be able to see it with no problem. To my left is John F. Kennedy Airport, and I like coming over here because the roads are wide and nice. So when I drive back to New Jersey, it's like I'll probably wait until the traffic dies down and then drive back to New Jersey. But what more can I say? I mean, if you can afford this car and you can afford the insurance on this car, it's a soft, quiet, it's a very nice ride. It's soft, it's quiet, it's you can hear it's very quiet in here. In fact, I'll say it like this: it feels almost quieter than the Tesla did, because the Tesla, you were closer to the ground and there was less insulation between you and the ground. So that kind of made it feel like a little bit louder than, it normally would have. You know, I think Tesla, what they really need to do with all of their cars, they need to put more sound deadening material in them. But this is a fantastic, soft, nice ride. And because it's a Cadillac and because it's got, you know, the black paint job and everything, as you can see, this thing senses cars ahead, and it tells you, it shows that green light, and it senses that there's a car ahead. So this is a fully loaded Cadillac XTS, and it's got so much equipment in it that you know, it's got everything. It's got some great stuff. I turned on the automatic light control. Where is that? Auto. I just leave it on auto, and it'll decide what to do. But it's a really, really awesome vehicle. And I have to say, if Tesla really wants to demand if they want to get $140,000 for P90D ludicrous mode, then they need to have at least an interior like this. If they simply ripped all the seats and chairs out of this car, and they were selling that car with this interior, that's NYPD right there. I don't think they like you know, people showing off those 0 to 60s. But anyway, if Tesla were to have an interior at least as nice as this XTS, they would easily be able to command as much money as they command for their cars, and it wouldn't seem like you were overpaying. Because I'm really sorry, their seats are abysmal. There's so many words that I could come up with. Their seats are mediocre. They need to improve their seats. Even with that seat upgrade package, the seats aren't that great. I want to see better looking seats in their car. I want to see, I mean, their dash panel is hard. It's not, I mean, even though this is about the same softness, and it's like some of these cars have what looks like mouse fur, where you touch it, it's supposed to look like suede, you know. I want to see more out of Tesla. I demand more. So let me pull over, and I'll get a final shot. I'll get a final shot of the car. Let me just pull over a little bit. I'll just turn around, because you know, basically I've done this review like multiple times. It's like if I did a review of every single car I get my hands on, if I felt like doing that, like I would have lots and lots of reviews. You know, I've already got like over 1,000 videos, and I'm not even sure how many of them you're allowed to see, because some of them I keep private. But that's it. So let me just step out for a second. You see that? See that? That's a nice car. And it knows that I got out of the car, so it automatically locks itself. So that's that. That's the Cadillac XTS 4, and you know, it's awesome. You know, it's a pretty good luxury car, especially if you're a retiree. So I think that's probably the last time I'm going to do a Cadillac review of one of these cars. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the CT6 and the XT5. When the CT6 and the XT5 come out, that is when I'll do probably another Cadillac review. I know you want me to do that what is it, the CT, I gotta remember all these stupid letters, but I know you want me to do the CTS-V versus a Hellcat. The problem is I have to go to the drag strip to do that, because I'm desperate. I want to get that video as soon as possible, a drag strip of the CTS-V versus the Hellcat, because we already know the Hellcat's gonna murder the CTS-V. We already know that. It's just not as fast. I mean, that Hellcat goes up to 205 miles per hour. I mean, why would you even want to get into a race like that? If I were you, just stick to the AARP meetings. You don't come out against no Hellcat, not unless you packing something serious. Like, you better be a $140,000 P90D. Other than that, you're gonna lose. So, yeah, I gotta put my seatbelt back on. So that's it. I don't think I'm gonna do another one of these till I get that XT5 or that CT6. So, you know, you can tell me whatever you think, because most of you are going to do it anyway, whether you like me or hate me. But you know what? I'm just going to keep on cashing these YouTube checks. And that's all for right now. Basically, no matter when I come home from work, America basically at this point is at war with itself. America itself looks like a Call of Duty sequel. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's like I have never seen as many aerial shots of public schools or as many aerial shots of churches as I've ever seen in like all my life. and there's another mass shooting, and naturally people will be talking about gun control, but the thing about it is if a bunch of people walk into a place and they're armed with guns and they've got body armor, I don't think gun control is the thing that you're worried about. I think we have a much bigger issue. So this is Fox News. Let's see. Xbox, watch CNN. Xbox, watch MSNBC. It's always some bullshit. Never fails. Every single time I come home, every single time I'm trying to relax in front of my big screen, and it's some bullshit. It's always something. This is a Vizio 50-inch, by the way. That's what I use in my bedroom. I've noticed that my electric bill has gone up considerably since I got these extra computers. Xbox, watch CNN. See, that's the reason why PlayStation 4 is trash. You can't talk to your PS4 and go from channel to channel. I can do that with my Xbox. I love my Xbox. Love it. Xbox, turn off. Yes. Yeah, you see? You can't do that with PS4, can you? You can't do that. Okay, so let's take a quickie look at what is it called? Pricing for the XTS. Oh, sorry. Let's take a quickie look at pricing for the XTS. Let's take a quickie look. Oh, and by the way, I'm relaxing right here with a nice can of what is this? Raspberry Rita. It's a nice 32-ounce can. Yeah, most of the times, I'm just having nice little drinks. I'm not drinking anything hard. Windows 10 is telling me suspect down after mass shooting in California. Well, as long as the cops start taking these people alive and stop talking about them, maybe they'll stop. I don't know. But at least, the least you can do is stop taking them alive. I'm sick and tired of my tax dollars going to pay for these people. I'm sick and tired of it. My tax dollars have better things to pay for, such as like A-10 Thunderbolts and F-35s and F-22 Raptors. The military-industrial complex must be fed. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Where's Cadillac? Cadillac. And this is a 3-monitor setup using a Titan X NVIDIA card. Video card, Titan X 12 gigabyte using 3 monitors. Okay, so here they're talking about the CTS sedan 2016. So there's nothing really new there, but when you look at the sedans, let's just take a quick look at pricing. Pricing 2016 XTS, $45,295. That's where it starts, and it says build your own. Most of the dealers have optioned these things out anyway. Now, there's a huge jump between the $46,000 for the 3.6 and the $64,000 for the twin turbo 400 horsepower. In my opinion, you really don't need it. You really don't. There's not enough power here to really make this worth spending that much more. It's just not. You might as well just buy the 3.6 liter with the all-wheel drive and spend the rest of your money on options for comfort and technology. So it goes from $46,290 to $52,000 with the all-wheel drive. So as soon as you hit all-wheel drive, and then you hit the one that I just showed you was a premium. It wasn't a platinum. So that's $58,930. You push next. It was a black. They charge you $1,000 for the black Raven Pearl. They also charge you $1,000 for the red Passion, and they also charge you $1,000 for the white Diamond. But we'll leave it at black, and I'll show you. This is the that's the dark wood. That's not what I got. That's not what I got either. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's called Shale. What you just showed was called Shale Cocoa Leather Seating Surface. That's what you just saw. And then there's the 19-inch wheels. Push next step. And here you go. You can add a couple of little things like the driver assist package, which was $2,395. And there's the Ultra View Power moonroof. Body molded splash guards. I mean, you get the picture. The front bucket seats with the 22-way adjustability you got. So basically, when all is said and done, I'm just going to round up. $62,975, and that's not even with the Platinum package. And that's what it costs to buy into a Cadillac.